I was driving down a river in Mario Kart World today, and I passed a shy guy on a jet ski. A harmless, wonderful thing in its own right, but it gave me a thought. Shy guy, where are you going? If you go around the world of Mario Kart World, you will see NPCs everywhere. You will see Toads driving cars, you will see hitchhiking Toads, you will see Yoshis wandering the world, you will see Toads manning boats, and you will see Shy Guys on rivers. And they're all going somewhere, they're all moving, they all have some kind of AI that dictates what direction they're going and why. So I thought, I'd just follow this Shy Guy and see what happens. See what a day in the life of a Shy Guy in Mario Kart World is actually like. I had two prevailing theories as I followed my boy, my green boy on his jet ski, green like me, Luigi. My two theories. One, the one I thought was most likely, they were just on some kind of really short, consistent loop. That they would go around some river, go around a bend and come back the other way, and they would just do that over and over and over again, living a simple life where they just jet ski in the same place every day. That one very clearly, very quickly turned out not to be the case, as this Shy Guy just kept on going. He just kept trudging on. I was like, oh, this isn't just a short loop. Then my next theory was like, is it like a full map loop? Because the riverways of this game keep going as well. Same with the roads, obviously. You can keep turning. There's not that many dead ends. So you can just keep on going if you are a Shy Guy and you want to do it. His first major obstacle, he came across a giant waterfall. And I was thinking, this is it. This Shy Guy is moving very slowly. Frankly, very annoyingly slowly to follow. If you were wondering, I followed the Shy Guy for over half an hour. So when he hit this waterfall, I was like, he's doomed. He's not making it up the thing. But there he was, trudging, right the way up, determined, would not be deterred. My next theory, after Short Loop was very quickly dismissed, was that they would just kind of move in a straight line. They would follow the river at whatever the path of least resistance was, and just keep kind of trudging straight along. No like decision making, no left or right turns, just follow the river, go around the river bend, follow the river, go around the river bend. And that didn't seem to be the case either, because every so often they would come across a situation in which they could keep going straight, but my Shy Guy, he turned left. And I was like, Shy Guy, you're going somewhere. You're making choices. It's not just the case that you are going wherever the river takes you. You are actually determining your own future. So kept on following, occasionally passing by Toads on boats, waving at the Toads on boats, as you do, because if you honk your horn, they wave back at you. It's very charming. I did get a little envious, because I'm pretty sure the Shy Guy is the slowest moving river creature, or maybe it just felt like that. So I was passing Toads that seemed to be moving on faster boats. But I was stuck with my Shy Guy. I had chosen him, and I had to follow him until the very end. I did also pass a very interesting case study as well, which was a Toad that had a log in front of his boat, which made me think, how long was that Toad moving with that log in front of his boat? Because obviously we don't have the tools. I assume someone will find them someday to boundary break kind of this thing, to work out basically how many NPCs are on the river at any given time, and are they just constantly just moving? Or do they spawn and despawn? I'd imagine it's spawn and despawn depending when they come within range of you, but it would be interesting to see an overhead view of these characters and how long they're actually moving about, and how often they have logs stuck to the front of their boat, and how long those logs have been there. So my Shy Guy, I was like 25 minutes into following him at this point, and he hit a dead end. He hit this like lake area by one of the towns, by one of the tracks, in which there is no straight line, there is no left turn, there is no right turn. There is just that dead end. It's like an open lake. And that was like, this is it. This is where he hits his end and he just kind of stops. But no, he did like a loop of the lake and turned around and went back. And that's when I was like, oh, the loops are just much larger than I thought they would be. But wrong again. Because as he went back up the river, he turned in a different direction. The Shy Guy had free will. The Shy Guy was making choices. The Shy Guy wasn't just following the river. The Shy Guy wasn't just following a predetermined AI path. The Shy Guy had some kind of decision-making tree that caused him to take a different turn than he did last time. Then coming out into like a large open lake area, kind of this cove, in which he did a loop and then came back down up the river, turned back into the lake area, went back through the lake again, back up the river, back into the cove, and it wasn't so much free will as the Shy Guy got stuck. He got stuck in the infinite. He was just wandering without any direction. And I think whatever programming he had just run out. He wasn't meant to be watched for 30 minutes. Nobody was meant to follow the Shy Guy for 30 minutes, but I decided to, and he freaked out. He didn't freak out. Actually, there was a moment right before I stopped following him where there was another toad passing in a boat and he stopped. And I was like, oh, this is it. He's not going to be caught in the infinite anymore. He's actually going to make a different... Nope. He just waited for the toad to pass and then continued in his loop between lake and cove without being able to work out where to go next or what to do next. Some say the Shy Guy is still just stuck in that loop to this day. There is no way of knowing. So what does that tell us about like where these guys are actually going? I do think they have like some kind of decision-making tree where they just keep following the river and making choices left, right, this way, forward, until they hit a dead end where their choices just kind of lead them back in circles. So there is some element of free will, I think, but for the most part, they run out of the brains to work out where to go next. I was also going to repeat this experiment with the hitchhiking toads on the side of the road, because they are a similar case. They are just wandering. It's like, where do they go? Do they stop eventually? Do they eventually hit some kind of conclusion, some kind of place they're going to? Or is it just an endless wandering? Are they nomads on the road to nowhere? So I found this blue toad and I was like, you're the one I'm going to follow, just like Green Shy Guy. And they move so slowly. This toad moves slower than anything I have ever seen in my life. And even worse, if you get too close to them, the toads will turn around and wave at you, which is very nice and very polite, but not very fast. And even if you stay a suitable distance away watching them the whole time, they will every so often do a little animation where they like check left and right and like stop and then keep going. So I wasn't going to follow this toad forever because he was moving way too slowly, but I did at least want to follow him far enough to see would he just keep moving straight, or would, like the Shy Guy, he occasionally make decisions on whether to turn left or right. So I stood there for 15 minutes to watch this dude get up one stretch of road. I got distracted at one point because the traffic seemed to jam. Whatever traffic AI they had seemed to get backed up, and there was just this road of cars stuck behind each other, nowhere to go. They really need traffic lights in Mario Kart World. Their traffic flow has serious problems. But that's actually another interesting case of the AI just kind of getting backed up eventually. Whatever AI they have that determines where any of these things go eventually kind of runs out and everything just gets stuck, it seems. But this toad, he did get to the end of the road and he turned left. So he made a decision. So just like the Shy Guy, he's going somewhere. He has some element of free will. He has some element of free determination. But we'll never know because I ran him over because he was moving far too slowly. Thank you so much for watching. I'm in the middle of a Switch retrospective, if that interests you at the moment. I've done videos on Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon so far. In the next couple of days, I'll have a video on Mario spin-offs, plus a couple more after that. So check those out on my channel. Support the channel on Patreon if you feel that way. It would help. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. And also right there in the end card, you can check out my retrospective video on Zelda on Switch. And thanks for watching.